What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having the most amazing day ever. I'm about to go on some errands. Whoa, look at that. Hold on. Hi guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having the most amazing day ever. I'm actually about to go on some errands, but I wanted to do a quick video while it's on my mind. Okay, so yesterday I was talking to one of my friends, and this friend, he is like my conspiracy theorist partner in crime. He is rabbit hole. Like whenever we talk deep, like I love talking to him because we go down the rabbit hole and it's like deep thinking. And you guys, I'm a nerd, I'm a square. Like I just love things like that. I love breaking it down. And so anyway, yesterday we were talking about how, you know, even though it's a new year, everyone just seems really sad. I don't know how to explain it. And I was thinking about it and I was like, you know, it's because, you know, and I kind of did a video the other day about it. A lot of people can't afford life right now, right? It's hard. Everything's more expensive. And then we went down the rabbit hole of how corporations are buying up property. So there's no thing of like a starter home anymore. It's nothing like that. It's like $500,000 is base. You know what I'm saying? Base model, $400,000. There's no $120,000 houses like that anymore. And we were saying how everything is kind of like they don't want you to own anything anymore, right? They want you to rent. They want you to rent houses. And you guys, if you think about it, we rent movies, we rent entertainment, we rent music, right? So like, for example, Apple, Spotify, you know, when they start taking away the CDs, because when you used to buy a CD back in the day for my youngins, you used to have a CD, like a physical thing that used to go right here and you used to own it. You can listen to it as much as you want. You owned it, you bought it one time and you were able to listen to it the whole time, like forever and never, never, never. Now it's Apple, Spotify, iTunes, whatever you use, and you don't own the music. You don't own the music. You pay a subscription, right? And one of the channels that I like, she was talking about how something happened and they ended up deleting her Spotify list, even the music that she actually bought. Because in the terms and conditions, even if you download it, it's not technically yours. You're technically still leasing it, renting it, you know, subscribing for a certain amount of time for you to have access to this, right? You're not actually buying it, right? And so my friend and I, we're going down this whole rabbit hole about how life is like a subscription, okay? And how it's no more buying of houses. They want you to rent. They want you to rent your effing life, right? So we already rent electricity, cable, water, all that. We can't just buy it. You can't just pay one price and then that's it, right? Like if you think about it, electricity, you pay that every single month forever and ever and ever. And unless you maybe go off grid, or yeah, that's it. If you don't go off grid or anything like that, you're gonna be paying for electricity forever and ever and ever, right? And so now, not only are we paying for utilities forever and ever and ever, we're paying for entertainment forever and ever and ever, right? Who buys DVDs anymore, right? You watch Netflix, you watch Amazon, you watch Pluto, you watch Tubi, you watch all those things, right? You're subscribing to a service and they give you access to these movies. But when you don't have that particular service, then you no longer have access, right? Okay, so yesterday we were going down this whole rabbit hole about how life is just like a subscription, right? And then we got into talking about how if I love America, but we have our flaws, right? And we're talking about how there should not be billionaires, okay? And yeah, there should not be billionaires, right? And even if there were billionaires, okay, America should not have homeless people. America should not have people who need food. America should not have any of those things. And even if all of those things were being fulfilled, where there was no homelessness, there was no people starving, that everybody had the basic necessities of life, people would still be rich, right? Because look at, if you have your basic necessities, you have the things that you desire, you know what I mean? Not the most luxury, but I'm saying like you have a good place to stay. You have food in your system. You have electricity. You're not struggling for just to live life, right? Then the people in the country would be much happier. And then even if they had to work, output would be greater. Because, you know, a happy employee is a more productive employee, right? Okay, so we were talking about that. And then we moved to like life and working. And this is what I want to note. My whole point of today's video is saying that I know on my channel, I talk about financial literacy. I talk about multiple streams of income. I talk about making sure that you are taken care of financially and your family's taken care of. I discussed life insurance before. I've discussed being in relationships and making sure you're good regardless if your man works or if you don't work. Like, I try to use my platform that's still growing in the best way that I can, and I just want to encourage and spark, right? Spark someone's brain, right? So my point of today's video is saying that, you guys, life is expensive, and I don't necessarily see that it's going to be coming down anytime soon, right? I do hear something about the feds lowering the interest rate or whatever, but who knows? My point in today's video is I just want to let you guys know that I believe the only way to get out of poverty, to get out of working and grinding, is to figure out a way to have residual income. Okay? So residual income is something that is making money without you being actively involved. Now, that doesn't mean like totally nothing, you're not having to do anything, but that means that you're not having to work in it every single day. Like, it's just generating money, okay? Now, that could be rental income, that could be vending machines, that could be stocks, that could be a plethora of things, okay? So I was like, oh my God, I like, it was on my heart. Like, you guys, please. I get it. I work a 9 to 5 too, but we have to use our 9 to 5 to power our financial freedom. We have to, or else you're going to be trapped in the system forever. It's going to be a rat race. You're on a hamster wheel just forever. And I don't know if anyone can get rich actually working a 9 to 5. It's the things that you use your 9 to 5 to power your financial freedom. Okay? So I was like, okay, this is on my heart to say. Use your 9 to 5 to figure out what kind of residual income you can do, what kind of business you can start, what kind of something where you don't have to be too actively involved. Now, mind you, please know, I'm not saying that you can just like set it up and never ever do it again. I'm not saying that. I'm saying something that is minimum, right? Or it's a lot initially, but it ends up running itself. I believe that is one of the only ways, you guys, to escape the rat race, to escape the matrix, to escape the hamster wheel, to escape just the grind of every single day working for a company. That is the only way. And that is my message for today. I'm like so serious. Look at my face. I'm serious, you guys. Like, figure it out. Google, YouTube it, ChatGPT it. Do whatever you need to do to say, like, okay, what is a residual income businesses? What are residual income businesses? Like, Google it, see like something that you would be interested in, that you will actually be interested in, that you're like, okay, I could see myself, doing this. Because mind you, it's going to be ups and downs. There's going to be peaks and valleys. Whenever you're technically self-employed, self-reliant on yourself, and not a corporation where you are getting a check every 2 weeks or every week or whatever, there's going to be peaks and valleys. So that goes into the whole spiritual side of having faith, of belief, you know, not operating out of a fear mindset. That goes into that part of it. But initially, you need to figure it out. And it was on my heart. Like, I was like, man, I have to say this. Like, I don't know who's going to listen or whatever, but I just need to say this. Like, you guys, in order to figure out how to be financially independent, you have to have a residual income. Some way, somehow, you have to have a residual income. And I'm not saying like self-employment businesses, that's not the key. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is a residual income, so that if you decide that you don't want to actually like work in the business, you can hire someone, or it could just run itself. Because honestly, like, even if you have a self-employed business, there's going to be well, at least my thought pattern is there's going to be a time where you're like, okay, I don't actually want to work my own business. I want to relax. I want to enjoy life. I want to experience memories and experience different things and be with my kids and not have to worry. Like, I want to do other things, right? So the point of my video, the whole everything, is the only way to not have to worry about the cost of living, different luxuries, you know, taking a vacation, maybe having dinner out at a nice restaurant and you don't, you know, you feel like you can't afford it. Like, the only way is to be financially independent. That's the only way. Because the way the world is going, inflation is ridiculous, right? Everything is ridiculous price, you know? It's like, yesterday I saw a freaking bag of chips. It was like $3. And I remember as a kid, and I don't think I'm like super old. You know, I don't feel like I'm that old where it should be that much. But I remember as a kid, we used to buy it for 50 cents. And now it's like $3.50, and it's not even that much bigger. And also, I don't know if you guys are noticing, they're putting more air in the bag. A lot of things are not even filling up anymore. So it's like, it's 3 times as much, and they're giving you twice as less, right? So anyway, my point is, life is gonna continue to get more expensive, I think. Unless there's a complete revolution, which I don't know. Because all the people that have the financial power, the riches, the celebrities, I don't hear a peep out of them. I don't hear anything about them saying, you know, let's do this. I don't hear all these people we have been supporting all of these years. Do you hear any of them going live? Do you hear any of them? And mind you, that's not their job. So I'm not going to say like, oh, they should or they need to, but it would be nice. You know what I mean? For people who actually have a voice to speak out on, you know, for us, for the common people, right? So my whole point is this, guys. I believe life is going to continue to get more expensive. If you have kids, if you don't have kids, but you have a family, even if it's just you, life is expensive. And the only way to circumvent, to not feel like you're in despair, to not feel like you are just like, what the heck, why am I don't even want to say that, why am I alive? But the only way, like, I feel like, is financial independence. Being able to afford things without you having to do mental gymnastics about your bills. Like, oh, if I pay this, then maybe I could do this, and then like, that's taxing, right? That's taxing on your mind. And we already know, you guys, you know, mind, body, spirit, it's all one. Okay, so this video is just saying, like, you guys, the time is now. The time is now. Do not wait. Figure it out. Figure it out. Even if you have to like pace yourself, like, okay, today I'm gonna just research ideas. Okay, and then look those ideas up, and then, you know, the next day, like, do like a little bit at a time, right? So you don't overwhelm yourself, but you still need to do action, right? Just think one brick at a time. One brick at a time, baby, and then soon you'll have your house, right? So one brick at a time. Do not give up. Do not give up. And mind you, this is an affirmation for myself as well. We need to do one brick at a time, figure it out, because life is happening, and the only thing we can do is prepare ourselves so we're not in poverty, so we're not clinching pennies and things of that nature. So we have reserves, and reserves, you guys, I have mentioned before, reserves are typically 6 months bills. Okay, that's mortgage or rent, all your utilities, car note, food, everything, 6 months worth. Okay, and that's because if you were to lose your job, you need a cushion. And if you don't have 6 months, that's fine. Start setting aside something, because you don't want to have nothing and something happens, an emergency happens, God forbid you lose your job, anything like that. You want to have something, okay? And I say this with love. I say this with love, guys. Like, we just have to prepare ourselves. I know a lot of people are like complaining, like, oh, why this, why that? I don't know. But that's what it is. So we have to move accordingly. Okay? So, yeah, that's my message today. So my message is figure it out. I believe residual income is the way. Some kind of business. If your business requires a loan, there's this thing called the SBA, Small Business Association. Typically, they're in every city or the major cities, okay? You can call them and you can ask for a mentor. They have mentorship programs, guys, okay? The last time I checked, they had mentorship programs. And what the mentorship programs can do, they can help you set up your business, your LLC, get incorporated, and they can also provide guidance on how to get a business loan, okay? There are, I'm telling you guys, use the internet, use your resources, use YouTube. Everything is free. Like, there are so many free resources. So if you decide that, oh, okay, what I desire to build my residual income requires a loan, SBA, Small Business Association, something to that effect. I'm trying to do it from memory, but I believe it's something like that, SBA. Okay, so I love you guys, and I'm just trying to use my voice as a motivating factor, positive energy, and just let you guys know, like, now is the time, baby. Now is the time to get our financial house in order, get your life insurance, your will, WILL, your will, everything in order, okay? And I'm excited to do more videos about this. I really like talking about this. So I'll, whatever information I have that I can give, I will definitely do it. Please know I'm not a financial advisor. This is just me giving my opinion. I did have my Series 6 and 63. I have my life insurance license. It's not active. Like, I have a lot of licenses, but that's not what I do as a business or anything like that. I'm just telling you this strictly just like my opinion. So, please do your own research. I don't gatekeep. So if I have the knowledge, I will pass it on. Team no gatekeeping. It's all about let's grow together. Let's get this money, honey. Let's get financial freedom. And yeah. So I thank you for listening. I hope you guys have an amazing day and be brave.